Fellow driver radio fans, Richard Rush here today with Walt McLean behind the camera, and today we're going to take a look at the 2018 Mazda CX9. This is the Grand Touring. Apologize for the snow and glare. We just got 8 inches of snow here in Colorado, and it's a balmy 1 degree this morning. So with that being said, Walt, let's give a quick walk around. The Grand Touring is almost the top of the line. There's a signature model that's just above this, or signature trim level, which basically includes everything that the Grand Touring does. And so the Grand Touring essentially includes all the signature stuff. 20-inch wheels, adaptive headlights, LED fog lights, the roof rails that are integrated, sunroof, front and rear parking sensors, heads-up display with traffic sign recognition, driver seat memory, retractable sunshades for the middle row, which we'll show you in just a second, heated second row seats, heated steering wheel, aluminum interior trim, additional interior lighting, nav system, and a 12-speaker Bose surround system, which is fantastic. So for those of you familiar with the CX9, not a whole lot of changes from last year to this year, just some minor additions in terms of standard equipment, which I'll get to here in just a second. I'll open that for Walton. For those of you, again, that are familiar with the Mazda styling, everything on the inside is basically what you would expect from that. They haven't changed a whole lot. Again, what's new for 2018? Basically, they've given standard the G-vectoring control, which we actually just mentioned on our Mazda 6 that we had. It also gives you new standard features on all trim, driver aids, and blind spot monitoring and stuff. That is now standard, which is a great feature and something that a lot more car manufacturers, in my opinion, should be going to. Just kind of what we think in terms of the value that you get from this. There's not really any options on this car except for a cargo mat and this paint, which is a Soul Red metallic paint charge. So that's something that's really nice. Very easy to use navigation. Again, heated seats in the front, heated steering wheel. The infotainment system, as we always say with Mazda, very Audi-esque. You've got a sport mode and then a normal mode. I'm going to open up the back seat here for you, Walt. As you can see, we were able to fit a full-size child seat in the back, which is nice. You'll see Walt's seat is set quite a bit ways back because he's taller. You do have a kind of 3-zone climate control in that the rear has got their own separate control for it. You do have the heated seats in the back that I mentioned before. And then as Walt pulls out here in just a second for the shot, I'll show you this, which is the little rear sunshades, which is really nice. A lot of manufacturers are doing that. And it's just a great feature. I mean, it's a nice, it's kind of an easy little piece to add, but just something that not everyone does. One other thing I'm going to point before I open up the trunk are these taillights. When they are on, they are fantastic and they are signature. I don't know how else to say that, but they make this car, and don't take this the wrong way, Mazda, look a whole lot more expensive than it really is in terms of you feel like you get a lot of luxury features with this. And again, I'm going to say it makes this car, with the way they've done the LEDs, look like a Range Rover. So we'll say that. I'm going to open the trunk, can do it from the key fob or can do it from here. Again, apologize for the mess here. Again, back seat, plenty of room. I am going to give you some cargo stats here in just a second as Walt comes in. In terms of this, 14.4 cubic feet behind the third row, 71.2 cubic feet when it's all down. And I don't know how much is back here. I can tell you this, though. We had to maneuver my young boy around this weekend and all of his crawlers and everything else, toys. We were able to do that very, very easily. You've got a rear folding 50-50 seat in this mat, which again is the extra option I would highly recommend because it allows you to have coverage on the backs of these seats without risking or without having to pull the mat out in order to put it up. Some of the aftermarket accessories on the market don't allow you to do that. You just set this up and you can do that, and then to drop it down, it's literally one-hand operation. You also have some hooks back here, some outlets, and you don't have to zoom in on this wall, but there is a little bit of storage underneath here, which is a really, really nice feature, in my opinion. How does this car drive? Fantastic. No other way to say it. It is one of the more sporty handling SUVs, and I'll get into it here in just a second in terms of what our opinion of this car is and how it compares to other vehicles. As we come along to the sidewall, and I know we'll have to get to the front to get a better shot with the sunlight, and so I apologize about that. This car, it's got the SkyActiv technology. It's got the SkyActiv G, what they're calling 2.5T turbo engine, which basically means it's got the 227 horsepower, 310 foot-pounds of torque in that turbo. One other known fact of this, we just had the Mazda 6, actually last week, reviewed it. Something to note on that car. we mentioned the horsepower, or it was underpowered in our opinion. Well, the engine that's in this turbocharged engine is actually going to be going into the Mazda 6. So just something to note for people as you kind of are comparing the two and doing a little bit different, you know, okay, what car should I get or whatever it is. This engine runs absolutely fantastic, and I can only imagine it's going to be better in a car that's not probably half the weight, but close to it. This car, as it sits, $43,905, again with those little options, so just under $44,000. Fuel economy 20 and 26, 23 average. We've actually been able to average 26 total, so really works well. Very, very fuel efficient. I love all the safety features on it. What is our opinion of this? Absolutely love this car. Got myself behind the wheel, had my wife sit in the passenger seat. She actually owns a Toyota Highlander, and well, they were very similar in terms of room. I don't know if she liked this car a little bit more, but she just said, wow, this car feels like it has a lot better handling, a little bit more sporty. And she's absolutely 100% right. It does. So take that for what it's worth. I think this is right up there in terms of the, I'm going to say the SUV or the compact SUV market in terms of having 3 rows, kind of cramming that into cars that normally have 2 rows. But there's plenty of room back there for kids, maybe not full-size adults all the time, but will absolutely work. Sporty car, looks fantastic, and a lot of luxury trim options, again, for under $45,000. So with that being said, head to your local Mazda dealer, test drive it, get your family in it. I think you'll really enjoy this car. I know we do. It's one of our personal favorites. And when you do all of that, let them know that John and Richard Rush from Drive Radio sent you.